Brabec increases his lead to over 7 minutes, but
this has definitely been the most stressful race of my life.
Dakar versus Giraud, 2 champions, 6 minutes, the tightest title fight.
We are fighting from the prologue until today.
Carlos Sainz in command and well supported.
I knew I have some support behind.
On verra, de toute façon, il n'y a pas.
Well, we'll see. It's not looking at what Carlos is doing.
Allez, ça va le faire.
It's going to work out.
C'est parti.
Off we go.
235,
235 heading at 420. Danger 2, broken June.
Là, danger 2, cassé. Domaine 315 dans un hors-piste mauvais. La végétation.
Ça monte en face, hein?
Do we go up?
Hors-piste mauvais.
Off-piste vegetation, watch out, don't take risks.
On prend pas de risque.
Oh. Putain.
Ça va?
Ouais, ça va.
Allez, faut faire gaffe. Hein.
We have to be careful.
Fou, ouais.
Il y a une voiture derrière encore?
Ouais.
Is there a car behind?
À
Yes.
droite, hein?
Je sais pas.
Is it on the right? I don't know, I can't see.
Putain, il avance pas ou quoi? C'est bon, elle vient à droite.
I'm going to let him pass.
Allez, on a rien perdu.
Le WPC, il est où?
Where's the hidden waypoint? At the top.
Ça monte là, Martin, là.
Il a 1,5 km.
Ça monte là,
Il
de
est à
droite.
1,5 km.
1,500 meters away.
Ils sont démontés. Regarde, il n'y a que des demi-tours. À la bas.
Je te fais confiance.
Tu montes et après tu pars à droite. Tu fonces.
Ok.
Validé.
Validated waypoint. They were wrong, we were right.
Additionner des petits coups comme ça, c'est génial. Hein.
Adding up good things like that is just great.
C'est le portugais.
The Portuguese, Ferreira. That's perfect.
Allez. On se calme.
Calm down, let's go.
Y gauche 260.
On peut gagner
Martin,
le
we
Dakar,
can win the Dakar.
Et ça veut dire que tu peux un peu plus gérer.
Ouais.
It means you can manage things more. Welcome to the 10th stage of Dakar 2024. A day on the world's toughest rally starts early, every day, if you happen to be an elite biker. Or the person filming them, of course. Overall, Ricky Brabec and co were all up before 5 a.m. with Adrian van Beveren set to lead them out at 05:20 sharp. Helmets on, playlists set, even if it's only in your own mind, and get ready to roll. Stage 10 will take us across some of the same tracks from the start of the Dakar 2024. It's stony at the start before some faster sandy sections. Navigation will be tough throughout with lots of changes in direction after refueling. Concentration is going to be key across 371 kilometres of timed special. Be safe. The wind was up again as the riders gathered at the start line, having already covered 178 kilometres on the liaison. Every morning, the bikers are given 15 minutes to work on their road books, highlighting certain key notes and passages. Some will have have them pointed out to them by rally organisers at the previous night's briefing. They'll have 5 minutes to focus and get their game faces on before heading out onto the special. It's a rush. Well, this is the first Dakar for Julien Dalbec, who said he didn't expect it to be quite so hard so early and for so long. The Frenchman on the motocross, a motocross instructor back home, but he's pretty new to Rally Raid. After a few tough days, he was happy today, especially with his navigation. Top-ranked rider from his team, Nomad Racing, 38th overall. Jeremy Miroir is one of 3 Fantic riders, not a Fantic chopper, that was something else. As the Italian brands look to develop in Rally Raid, the Frenchman is a talented enduro rider, like his teammate Jane Daniels, who gave him a tow through the last 50 kilometres of the stage after a serious oil leak. No such drama today. Jane Daniels, by the way, running in 52nd position overall. Brilliant. Miroir, 33rd. Antonio Mao had a problem with his fuel tank on his Yamaha yesterday, which meant a serious loss of power in the closing stages. Yeah, better time today, but still finished as the last of the Rally GP riders, over 17 minutes down. Portuguese Miao is in 8th place. Dumontier, Romain, to his mates, was on course for an excellent day in his bid to defend the Rally 2 title. After early skirmish with Gonçalves, he caught Stefan Zvitko and Bradley Cox, but a broken swing arm cost him 3 or 4 minutes in the final 30k, so the Frenchman was unhappy. You know, 4.5 minutes, still leads Rally 2. Mathieu Doveza secured his best result of the rally with the BAS World KTM team, cracking the top 10 for the first time. Doveza finished the day between Kevin Benavides and Toby Price. Esteemed company indeed. He sits in 16th place overall. Ross Branch was asked at the finish line if he'd made up enough time today, and he responded, not even close enough. Well, a couple of silly mistakes costing our hero man. Branch is sporting number 46, a throwback to his teenage years, racing with KTM Germany. It's definitely bringing him some luck. Remains second overall. He's going to keep fighting until the bitter end because, quite frankly, that's what he does.
Well, you never stop believing, you know. It's the finish is only when the checkered flag finishes at the end of the race, so we'll keep on fighting right till the end. And who knows? You know, maybe we get lucky, and we'll just see how it goes.
Luciano Benavides is amongst the riders who is no longer in contention for a Dakar crown, which would be disappointing for the world champion after his sensational 2023. He was happy with his performance on the tricky stage, coming 6th, but his wait for a top 5 finish at the Dakar may well go on. He says there's not much he can do to influence the overall standings, where he remains 7th. Herith Noah has vowed not to look at his results during the Dakar, taking himself off social media as well. But the Indian rider's performances are making it increasingly hard for him to remain in a bubble. 5th place today on his Sherco, pushing him to 12th overall, 2nd in Rally 2. But despite a bit of an early arm pump, he did a great job, although he's not much looking forward to a big day on the rocks tomorrow. Not sure anyone's looking forward to a big day on the rocks tomorrow. Anyway, Danny Saunders had a rough day yesterday with a few close shaves. He said his body is still feeling the effects of it. He took it a bit easier today, trying to ride as safe as possible and focus on navigation. It turned out to be a pretty good one. The Aussie admits he's just ticking off the days until the finish now. 4th on the stage, 8th overall. But aside from Branch, the overall fight is all about the Hondas. Adrian van Beveren was opening again today, and he said it felt like smoke was coming out of his ears by the end, adding that this year's navigation has been super tough. VBA spent a decent chunk of the day with teammates Ricky Brabec, and they strayed clear, I should say, at the finish. The Frenchman just under 12 minutes off the pace as we head into our decisive days of the Dakar. Nacho Cornejo set off today, pushed hard to catch Kevin Benavides, and the two of them ended up playing cat and mouse for a while due to the navigation errors. The Chilean ended up missing out on the stage honours by just 2 measly seconds. Yeah, 2. Still very much in the fight for the podium. Nacho sits 4th, only a couple of minutes down on Ross Branch and Van Beveren.
Nada, contento con el ritmo arriba de la moto.
Well, I'm happy with the rhythm on the bike. There are 2 stages left. We're going to give absolutely everything in the fight for the podium. It's very close. It's only 2 minutes between Ross, Adrian and me, so it's going to be a fight to the end. Well, for the second day running, it was a Honda 123 as Brabec picked up his first victory of the year's edition. The American said that the team is doing a fantastic job and praised their kick-ass new bike, his words, which left Price admitting that KTM will need to do a bit of homework before next year. Remek goes into the final two stages with a lead of almost 11 minutes, and the confidence is simply oozing out of him as he bids for his second Dakar title. Can he? Yeah. Will he? Don't know.
I'm 100% right now. So tomorrow, the big stage, the Rockies, I'm gonna use some energy tomorrow and just try to secure something a little bit more. So on stage 12, it's more relaxing for me, and I can ride wheelies all the way to the finish line.
The top four on the day, separated by just 47 seconds, with Honda once again showing their supremacy. Branch shipped 3 minutes 45, but remains in the fight. The Botswana will be at least be setting off behind his principal rivals tomorrow in what is slated as one of the rally's toughest stages. Well, they're all tough, but this one has been highlighted particularly tough. 6 minutes separates 2021 title winner Manuel Adujar and two-time defending champion Alexander Giraud. Well, the Frenchman took the honours yesterday, but how would stage 10 go? Well, he called it cat and mouse chase. Only a few days now to try and win. The sole local rider in the fields, Hani Al-Nourmezi from the Kassim, in the centre of the kingdom. The rookie working hard to complete his first attempt. Samuel Debuisson, well, living out his childhood dream, and he's been riding consistently throughout. Lies in fifth. The Frenchman not quick enough. And Tanas Kanopkinas clocked a better time to push him into sixth. Canisius shot out of the traps and clocked himself ahead of Jure Varga. After the first checkpoint, Canisius home 30 minutes down on the fastest time, coming home in fourth. Yet the W2 RC champion ran into trouble with the Lithuanian almost passing a bike to get back on track. The FM Rally Raid World Championship has proved excellent preparation for Jure Varga ahead of Dakar 2024. The Slovakian finished second at the very demanding Morocco rally, and while a repeat was unlikely here, Varga looks a certainty to improve from last year to claim a podium place. Giraud wanted to win again, eats further into Adujar's lead. 15 stage wins for this Dakar, putting the Frenchman on the all-time list. But Adujar was a man very much in the zone. A third win means that the Argentine joins Marcelo Medeiros on 11 career specials. Never easy, but the Boca Juniors fan knows he's close. It was a tough stage. I like the ones this year, and I've said before, the stage by stage, I'm delighted to again make it to the finish. The fourth stage, where the champions traded wins, and Adujar this time with the edge, as so few mistakes are being made. Just 2 stages left. Giraud will need to make a big gain on stage 11 to top Adujar, adding to his 2021 crown.
Ciao, I'm Tiziano Interno and I'm a rider of the original Bimotor category. The most important thing that we wear during our stage is the airbag safety system. And now I will explain how it works. This is my Alpine Star Tech Air Off-Road second version. You have all the passive protection on the chest, on the back, shoulder, elbow. So works like your normal chest protection, but in addition you have the brain, you have the airbag system. So inside this zip you have the brain, the algorithm, and 2 canisters. 2 canister means 2 crashes, but maybe it's better if you crash 0 or at least 1 time. And this brain analyzes 1,000 information per second, something crazy. When we understand that something is changing, that you are not in the proper position, the brain command to the canister to explode. And this helps you to absorb the impact. So you have the passive protection, but also the airbag chamber that inflate and so improve a lot the protection during a crash. Super easy to put on and also super comfort. You can't forget to turn it on because you need just to zip and the system starts. So very, very easy. The chamber needs only 25 milliseconds to fully inflate it. You can play with a friend without problem. But in case of a crash, you feel a big boom, but no pain at all. And now the system starts to deflate automatically. In 30 seconds, you are able to restart riding. After 4 years, for sure, this system saved a lot of lives.
Nice bit of AI when you go, aye. Three stages to go in the 2024 Dakar Rally, and the battle for the win between Carlos Sainz and Sebastian Loeb. The Audis arrive on time. Sainz, Mattias Ekström and Stefan Penhansel. But out there, Loeb broke down on the way to the stage and arrived just in the nick of time. Had to make a makeshift repair on the road section due to a failing hydraulic jack. Loeb is used to racing against the clock, but maybe not when it comes to getting dressed. He was at the departure gate on time and opened the road for stage 10. Hairy. Sainz was second on the roads on what would be a challenging day for the two front runners. Well, the youngest driver at the Dakar, Saoud Variawa, just 18 years of age. Stage 10 was his best performance on the rally so far, finishing 11th place, just 1 minute behind Guillaume de Mévius. Well, another young gun launched himself off a ledge. Seth Quintero damaging his suspension and retiring from the stage. Not good. But the 21-year-old American ran back to the offending jump to warn the next driver of the danger. The Overdrive Racing Hilux of Eugenio Amos. There'll be some thanks and maybe a Christmas card for that. Well, the Italian is having a quiet, if consistent, run this year. It's the first Dakar appearance since 2017, after having to pull out of the 2022 edition due to COVID-19, which kept him out of competition for 18 months. He got it bad. Now the man from Varese is able to compete again and finished a tremendous 4th today, bringing him up to 17th overall. Benediktas Venegas is rocking along in his Hilux. 3rd place on today's stage. He consolidated the Lithuanian's slot in 10th overall, a spot he's occupied since stage 7. Well, the Century CR7T four-wheel drive version of Matteo Serradori's CR6, it's a long title. It's been a tough rally for Brian Baragwanath. South African's major issues on stage 2 and 3. Hadn't really troubled the top 10 since, but yesterday, though, finished 11th. Storming drive today saw him finish 2nd, which holds him up the overall standings, having strayed to 101st.
We were hoping to be sort of running this sort of position the whole rally, but you know, it's a new car, the Century Racing 4x4, first time outing this Dakar. It's the first stage where we had a good start position. We had a good run, no mistakes. The navigation, Leonard was really, really good. So yeah, we're glad to finally be making the steps forward and getting the car really fast.
The stage win went to Gerland Shishirit. It's a huge result for the Frenchman. It was an intense battle for fourth overall. It was helped by Gilles de Mevius getting a 15-minute penalty yesterday for missing a weight point. But he is now ahead of Serradori and just 20 minutes adrift of Guillaume de Mevius in fourth overall. Finished 10th today. Well, it's always nice to have a stage victory, he says. I've been chasing one for quite some time, so it's good. And it enables me to gain 2 positions in the overall standings. And now we're 5th and exactly where we want to be. And there's maybe 1 extra position we could go, and that's 4th. Stage results. Unusual duos at the top 10 today. Super drives by Christian Bergamot and Juan Cruz Jacopini, amongst others. What are the title contenders? Well, opening the road today was difficult, with Loeb and Sainz both finishing the stage outside the top 10. Sainz ran into trouble with punctures. The Spaniard had already picked up 2 when he got a 3rd. Audi's team tactics paid off, with Matthias Ekstrom handing over spare tyres. Steven Pennehansel then arrived. New tyre. What's the connective noun for Audis and tyres? I'm not quite sure, but Sainz got going again, but lost between 6 and 8 minutes, ending the stage 25th. And writing out his thank you letters at the end of the day, I am certain. Something else. No, we're all right. We've yeah, we're done. We're good. Well, a thumbs up said it all. And things, to be honest, were not much easier for Sebastian Loeb. Sainz got himself back off and underway, but what about the Frenchman? Challenging him. I wonder if Mars looks like this. Might buy a ticket. Loeb, 2, struggling with punctures. Goodness knows how they're going to get on with the rocks tomorrow. Loeb was late to the stage because of a hydraulic jack on his Pro Drive had broken, so he didn't have one for the left side of the car. As a result, he had to position the vehicle over rocks to lift that side up and allow them to change the tyre. Clever stuff, but pain in the proverbial. The Frenchman finished the stage 17th, but crucially ahead of Sainz. This battle is not over. Well, we had a rotten day. We left this morning, we had to stop on the liaison because the jack wouldn't go back in, and so we had to cut it off. And of course I punctured twice on the left side, so we had to go up the mountain and find a place to balance the car on its side and be able to get the wheel out. And added to that, we didn't have a battery, so we had to do everything by hand, and we lost 50 minutes of nonsense. Things that never normally happen, he says. Well, they're happening now. Sainz still leading the rally, but Loeb took 7 minutes out of his advantage. There are still 30 minutes between them, with only 2 stages to go. A little further from Sainz and Arsvitko and Tito Totani. And they are the last of the ultimates still running. 107 hours, 31 minutes, 22 seconds off the lead. The Italian brothers have a tight budget and an outdated Nissan Patrol, but a bucket load of Dakar spirit, and the bucket list filled, I imagine. One man who knows all about the Dakar spirit is Nani Roma. This year, 20th anniversary of his win on the bike.
Dakar
2014, probably the most complex race to manage, and we won it.
Go.
No sé si partí como favorito.
Well, I don't know if we started as favourites, but I felt very comfortable.
Hice una primera semana muy buena.
Had a good first week. The Dakar is really crazy. One day you do well, another day you do not.
Well,
the balance is what it is. We're happy, we're here, and we're fighting to win the Dakar tomorrow even more. Well, we're driving and pushing as much as we can, says Peter Hansel, without thinking too much about the overall. And we're actually having fun driving. We're pushing the car to its limits. We're sliding and jumping. We're 40 minutes behind. We came back to 2 minutes. Shows it can be done. In the second week, it was very difficult until we got more complicated. The mini team put in their team orders. It was a complex situation. And it was complex between Stefan and me, and also because we of course shared a motorhome together, and at night Sven Kront came. He took me to the truck and said, no, Stefan, we'll stop tomorrow, and you're going to win.
Stefan mañana se para y tú vas a ganar.
I slowed down on the final stage to give Nani first place again after team orders were given. It's hard to accept because we all know how complicated it is to win a Dakar, and to give it to Nani with 30 kilometers to go was not easy. It was very, very hard to swallow that.
You are great, man.
Nani! Nani! Nani!
Stefan accepted it, but it's true that it's not a nice victory. It was not a very pleasant way to win for all of those reasons. Time to get smart could pay dividends if you're a savvy challenger, especially in the rocky sections of Alula. Well, punctures could be the difference between winning and losing. Disappointing mechanical issues for third place overall. Chaleco Lopez, the Chilean duo in the Can-Am, finishing in 19th place over 45 minutes down. They're now in a race to keep the podium place. Back rolling again with a fast-paced Rokas Bikuska approaching. The man who's hunting the podium. Well, the Lithuanian, there he is, finding this year's Dakar particularly difficult, especially the step up in category. But today, despite problems, managed to take fourth on the stage and made it inroads, I should say, into the podium.
Yeah, today was stony. We get one puncher, but everyone get the puncher because it was tough stonies. But yeah, today we had 375. It's still 2 days, but organization still, the stage is still difficult.
Not a great day for the Spaniard, Cristina Gutierrez, suffering 2 punctures in the first 200 kilometers. It was a long day in the Taurus T3 Max, but the 32-year-old was able to limit her losses. I got 2 punctures very early in the stage. Had to hold one of the wheels in place, one hand on the wheel and one hand on the steering wheel. I had to do it because I know it's a 10-minute penalty if we leave the wheel. A very complicated stage, personally. Well, the leader in the general classification, Mitch Guthrie, had a deflating day. A puncture early on in the rocky terrain cost him time, but it was the final 100 kilometers that were of bigger concern. The American began to lose his brakes and consequently had to be attentive, let's put it that way, in the final. Very squeaky. Argentinian and be placed overall due to a DNF on stage 7, so will not be. Dave Ziller is allowed to continue. Gavigliasso, fueled by the confidence after yesterday's victor, Nico, dueling with the South American rival, Tiglia Gastaldi. Yes, the gap never more than 2 minutes and 29, despite closing that gap to 1:32 in the final waypoint. Second place for the Argentine. Well, because the win was never in doubt, a one-horse race. Marcello Tiglia Gastaldi been climbing the standings, but it was stage 10 that was captivating for the South American, leading him from waypoint 1, and unlike the others, didn't suffer a puncture. This shows you. Fantastic performance by Gastaldi in his third Dakar participation. He takes his first victory. 8 different nationalities making up the top 10. Untouchable in the overall so far. Taurus factory team driver Mitch Guthrie only has 2 days to defend his lead. See what happens tomorrow, shall we? 13th place today here in Saudi Arabia, making his debut, Lucas Lauda. Family name might be familiar. The Austrian is, of course, the son of 3-time Formula 1 world champion, Niki Lauda. And this is Lucas' story.
How come I'm here? I was always a big off-road fan, a big Dakar fan, and we tried. People don't know actually that I'm a Lauda. For example, it happened on the airplane when we came back from the empty quarter. There was a motorbike driver, very nice, from Argentina. So he asked, you have a very famous last name, yeah? I said, yeah. And then I told him. He was like surprised, like some people don't know actually.
He is indeed the son of motorsport legend Niki Lauda, 3-time Formula 1 world champion. 2 great men then.
I always lived in, let's say, more and more in the shadow. I never had a social media. I like it like that. I was never into racing. My brother was into racing, my dad was into racing, but I was always a big Dakar fan since I'm a kid. I'm watching each Dakar every year. I like the racing, I like the team, I like the atmosphere, I like the adventure, and all that together that's why I'm doing it. Honestly, I expected it a little bit softer, not so hard. The first 3 days were very tough. I just started last year driving, so I'm learning every day in the car. And the dunes, I learned a lot. In Morocco, I was a little bit scared still. Now at the empty quarter, I did it really, really good. But I'm learning every day, and I'm enjoying it. I'm doing this Dakar just for me. I'm not improving anybody. Look at what I'm doing. I'm just doing it for me, because it was always a dream. It's like a challenge I have. For sure, you want to go faster and faster and faster, but I'm 44 years old. I was never a pro. The other guys are so fast, yeah? It's another level, yeah? So the only thing is I can only race myself. I'm not here just to get to the finish. I want to get as far as I can get. So my goal was top 10. If I get to 10, the dream come true.
What a great philosophy. Well, a few came with dreams of Tuareg and came for the thrill and the excitement. In either case, it's not over until you've finished. Dust stones, the biggest obstacle to that objective on stage 10, be the same tomorrow. Juan Fontgacharo, success in the T2 and the SSV switch. The Catalan on course to improve on 34th last year. Rookie Christian Zonka and Dakar legend Adrian Tora Alaski, I beg your pardon, realising the dream long held. Top 10 finish maybe. Tough morning on the rise for João Ferreira. Left in tatters on stage 9. Like the Gerard Ferres, Cristiano Batista and Rodrigo Valero, Ferreira focused on a finish of the Dakar, the best he can. 5 minutes off the lead, he's 4th place overall. Yasser Saidan, here's your man. Not in the mirrors of too many at first, but no wins. Added to his first ever stage 3 by slipping from top spot to at the rest day and off the podium. Yet today he's flying, but couldn't quite keep the velocity through the final couple of checkpoints. He's the man who won at home in Hail. Well, onboard camera of catching Xavier de Sultre passing the stranded João Ferreira showed that the fight and the fire is in the ex-biker's belly. Question of management now. Still has a healthy gap, which means it's a Polaris drivers to lose. Gosh, don't say that. One Polaris in the pack, making a push for the Constructors' title since the first in 2017. But it won't be Florent Vezard. 10th last year, the Frenchman is in a battle to improve on that result. Four-way fight with Ramiro Suarez, Gaspari, and the Gales Nikinienes. Well, it was an ordeal, but stage 1 propelled debutant Rodrigo Varela into T4 contention. Yet driving a borrowed, modified SSV, always a big ask. The end of the race ended, but the Dakar experience for the young Brazilian can still hunt out special wins. Place on the 3rd rung of the podium, a sign that he's looking to finish strongly. Well, a tough start it was, heading out 4th, but slipping out of the pace to lie 7th, Jerome de Sadalier. Yet slowly and surely the Swiss found his rhythm. 22 seconds from a maiden stage win. No shame in being beaten by a woman who's hunting victory in a rookie year. Sarah Price. Price to pay for absolutely everybody else, it seems. Played a long game to reach the podium. Now, though, the dust of Alula, the American, is pushing harder. And what a result. Just the 3rd woman to ever win a stage on the Dakar. And on the same day, his partner Ricky Brabec, the 31-year-old, seeing only positives.
We're going to give it our all, and hopefully the cards play out. But this is our first Dakar, so just being here and finishing is a win. To get a podium, I would be just astounded, and to make history, to be the first American female to win, would be out of this world.
A wonderful achievement to emulate Jutta Kleinschmidt and Cristina Gutierrez as female stage winners. Price running out of time to emulate Jutta's overall win. De Sultre lead cut, but still 20 minutes.
Danger.
Oh yeah. That was the one that actually mattered.
Yeah.
On the grass.
I was always going to get it. It's all right.
I was going to say a bra strap, but we're too far into the desert for that. So this tool we have. Screw it. And Shazam.
So they make the loop to avoid this, okay?
Okay.
So don't roll. Oop. Perfect.
Dying left. Oh, left. Ah.
No, 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 no. I didn't want to go downhill, see? We're going to go down.
Wadi Ashar is a UNESCO heritage area. We welcome you into 200,000 years old city. This large building is actually 9,740 square meters of space. That actually is being utilized entirely for concerts and events. We've hosted very nice and international concerts in here. I'll speak on Alicia Keys and Usher, and also Arabic from the region as well. The designer of the building is the Italian Florian Boge. About the glass panels that we have here, it's been done by Saudi workforce, and it took them only 2 days to finalize and finish the entire glass around the panels, actually around the building. The color changes due to the light and the sunbeam is magnificent in this area. So in the morning, it has different colors than the sunset. Normally people gather early in the morning or during the sunset to take beautiful, breathtaking photos of the building, of course, and of themselves around the building. The beauty is actually in the nature of the city of Al Ula. Come and visit us in Maraya Al Ula to see one of the most beautiful buildings in the world.
Heading into the final days on board the trucks, and everyone trying to hold down their position. Richard de Groot is 10th overall for the Fireman Dakar team, while Mikos Kovacs of Hungary is 15th in the Quali Sport racing machine. Stage gaps too significant today to compare to previous outings, but more frustration for defending champion Jonas van Kesteren, who suffered engine problems for the 4th or 5th day in a row. The Dutchman said it hasn't been really their rally and drove through the dust, finished 6th. He's 16 minutes down. Pascal de Bar has said he played the Desert Fox today, outstripping various rivals who ran into trouble, including teammate Jaroslav Walter, the wily Dutchman steering his new Tatra to 5th. Alistair Price enjoyed a nice battle with Mitchell van den Brieke, but the young Dutchman was halted by engine issues and ended up losing an hour. The Price had one puncture on this stony stage, also complained about the dust, but this, otherwise it was an absolutely solid performance. Michael Becks claimed his best result of the rally so far in 3rd. He came to Saudi Arabia to provide support for Van Kesteren, but outbid his team leader today. Timely reminder of his talent. A few months after he topped the timesheets in the Rally de Maroc, Berk's now 9 minutes down. Martin Matchik had been in cruise control since the empty quarter, just in ensuring that he brings his truck, Cheneda, home to the finish line every day. He said that it was a very enjoyable stage. The truck doing a great job. Matchik and his crew are now just 2 days away from Dakar victory. Navigator Franisek Tomaszek has been brilliant in some of the tricky sections. But for the 2nd day running, the stage honours went to Geert Huschink. The Dutchman hit a few compressions, hurt his back so badly he briefly thought about quitting, but a couple of aspirin sorted him out. And he roared through to take it at just over a minute. Well, who's going to take this one away from Geert?
No one gonna win this stage, only Huschink. And till the last, it was very, very hard, very tough, a lot of pain. But I'm very happy to win this race. Very happy.
36 minutes separating the top 10, which isn't actually that much in the trucks. Teruhito Sugawara, the only non-Czech or Dutch driver, in 8th. 2 hours and 6 minutes. The lead, it's Matchix to lose. Van der Brinke dropped time but remains 3rd. It's been quite a journey for the competitors of Dakar Classic, with its ups, its downs, and its fabulous machines.
I'm sorry. No, because if I turn too tight, I get stuck there, and then I have to turn tight.
We broke steering, so like 30 kilometers before the finish stage. Look at the tire, so you can see that it's like that. So we were finishing like 1.5 hours. So today morning we were first overall with 100, maybe 80 point plus.
And now the Czech crew, no longer in the top 5. It isn't over till it's over with the vintage Skoda. Poet doesn't know it. And of course, all this is good news for their arch rival, Carlos Santa Orlela. Yep, the Spaniard taking command of Dakar Classic. Spaniard only has a 1-point advantage over the Italian Lorenzo Taglio, a driver of Nissan Pathfinder. Klimchu has dropped down to 7th.
Welcome in Táchira. We will participate with our electric motorcycle to the Dakar Mission 1000. Come and discover.
Well, one of 6 projects entered in the Dakar Future Mission 1000 went to visit the Italian factory in northern Italy to know more about the electric bike. Here it is.
My name is Pierpaolo Rigo, and I am the co-founder of Táchira. We decided to create a team and to create our own technology. We produce the controller, we produce the electric motor, the BMS too, and we produce also all the aluminium and parts of the gearbox. And in this way, we don't depend from anyone.
My name is Nicolas Chex. I'm French in an Italian team. When David Castera called me about, are you ready to be part of this event? We were, Pierpaolo and me, very excited and very proud to be chosen and to be part of this event, because it's not a race, it's a laboratory.
When you do some private test, you are not in the hurry of a race, you have more time. So basically, every day we will change the setup of the bike in order to test different technologies.
For now, it's very easy with electric power to have a lot of power. What is difficult is to have the range. We need to carry a lot of batteries, so we need to find the good balance between the range and the fact that the bike is too heavy to carry.
Okay.
So we're going to change landscapes, we're going to swap from sand to rocks, and it's going to be very nice, and to be part of this craziness, which is the Dakar bivouac. It's very good to perform and to grow up.
Obviously, it's a path, and this is amazing because there is a new discovery every time. There are a lot of things to do, and it's a technical challenge, and I love it.
Here at the R&D departments, there's about 5 to 6 engineers and mechanics working here. And it will be quite the same in Saudi Arabia, because we need the mechanic, we need the electrician, we need the guy in charge of logistics and computers. There's many aspects we don't have in a thermic world, and as it's all new, and as we are going to test many different setups, we need everybody to be there.
Nothing is perfect, but step by step we are increasing our technology, and we are going to test different technologies in order to make our system more green and more reliable.
The path we expect to follow with Tachita is to be 100% green in maybe 3, 4, 5 years. So this is very interesting.
Riding electric is amazing. The riding pleasure is the top. So what is important is when you finish to ride our bike, you have to smile.
Rally 2 category.
Well, he's become a regular figure on the W2RC ceremony every evening at the bivouac. Romain Dumontier still leads Rally 2 class on this Dakar. The Frenchman, however, only has a 10-minute lead over his compatriot Jean-Luc Lepin. Meanwhile, Ricky Brabec is still the overall leader of the rally, looking good for the American, who extends his lead. Brabec now has a 10-minute lead over Branch, and the top 4 riders still within 14 minutes. Guillaume Chicheret claimed his first stage win of the 2024 Dakar, and therefore captures a precious points in the W2RC race. Still leading the rally is, of course, Carlos Sainz, and the Audi has never been as close to winning the Dakar. In the FAO standings, Sainz has a lead of over an hour over Moraes. Chicheret moves up to 4th ahead of Serradori and Prokop. Tomorrow, the Red Sea. The journey to the Dakar's final location, 420 kilometers southwest of Yanbu. A stage that all the competitors are nervous about, with the potential for punctures ever present over the barren, rugged terrain. Stage 11 could be one that separates the winners from the losers. The penultimate day of competition. The pressure is building. Every minute will be crucial. The rally is long, but it's getting shorter by the second. Tomorrow, it's the 11th stage of the 2024 Dakar Rally. It's going to be amazing. Every single day is. Do not miss it. We're going to be here for you to carry you through. My name's Carlton Kirby. See you tomorrow. For now, stay safe.